Welcome to a DropTent Media production.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Permiano.
And I'm Dan DeBriel, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
Hey, yeah, we're here.
We're back.
We're back.
We got a guest so people can listen again.
I know. People don't listen to when it's you and me. I guess that's the whole reason we're the Weekday Comics, right?
True.
If we drew, we wouldn't be the Weekday Comics, and we wouldn't need awesome guests who could get listeners, like our guest tonight.
Oh, I wanted... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
introduce
you do the intros.
No,
always.
I didn't want to intro yet.
Intro.
I actually wanted... I wanted to give you a gift.
Oh, really?
I wanted,
I thought you didn't
as a
like
token
gifts.
of appreciation,
Oh, wow.
I made you a handmade card.
Dan, you didn't give gifts. Gratitude is a smile in the heart.
Oh,
Dan.
zoom in on his face.
Thank you for being the best podcast co-host I've had this year. Age 38 plus division. The seniors division of the thing. I appreciate your constant striving for perfection week in, week out. Sure, to meet me at my rest level. Stay golden. Love, Dave. P.S. Good thing my CVS has cards right next to the shit paper. Or I may have forgotten this bit. Wow.
Did you zoom in on his face? I wanted to see if that tear, last week you said nothing makes you cry except for a handwritten card.
You know what?
And that's
You're
what
right.
I was going for.
You're right. And you know what? I didn't cry. I didn't cry because what makes me cry is the love that I feel for my girlfriend when she writes me the cards. But I'll tell you
I
what.
thought it was cards in general.
I felt appreciation. And I got a little hard. So does that count?
No, I want my $3 back. Brandon Dunbar, he's
up?
our guest.
What is up after all
that
that
was a
nonsense?
That was a waste of fucking money.
I'm not that easy to make cry. I'm in performance mode right now.
That's all I was going for, to draw tears.
I'll tell you, I felt a little something. You couldn't see it because still waters run deep, but I felt
Brandon
something.
Dunbar, what makes you cry?
What's going on? I've been just watching whatever the fuck just happened here between you two idiots over here. God damn it, Premiano coming in here late with this bull crap, giving cards to the Prill. What is this?
Throwing curveballs. He's trying to make me cry in front of you, Coach. That's what it
There
is.
you go.
He knows I know if I
Not just
cry
him,
in front of
the
you, I'll lose
world.
your respect.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I can't do it. Brandon Dunbar is. I'll introduce our comic today. Fine, Dave. Brandon Dunbar is not only one of my best friends in comedy, he is one of the funniest comedians in Philadelphia. You can see this guy all over the fucking place, hailing originally from central Pennsylvania, right? Shane
Lancaster.
Gillis country. Hell
Lancaster.
yeah.
Extra chromosome country?
Yes.
That's right.
A lot of Down syndrome out there.
That's
you know?
right. You got a lot of jokes about the Amish and above ground pools, which I like. And so, I feel like when I saw you when I first came to Philly, I was watching comics and, like we do, I'm scouting, right? I'm trying to see who I like, who I think is who I'd appreciate as a fan. And much like Dave, although it took me a little to warm up to Dave, no, I liked you immediately as a comedian.
I get it.
Yeah. But you were immediately a great comic and a great dude. And we became Mike buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done with this fucking suck fest over here?
I want to pivot back to what makes you cry.
I really appreciate everything. Come
No
on,
problem.
Man.
That's
the last-
Thanks for having me on.
When's the last time you cried?
Not long ago, I broke up with my fucking girlfriend. I was crying watching Doctor Strange, dude. I was all fucking trying to enjoy Doctor Strange. It's
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay.
The first one. That
That's
was 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said you broke up with her? But,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're the breaker-upper and you cried?
Well, dude,
No, I don't. I always fucking laugh my ass off when the second I'm out of their ear range, if I break up with someone, fuck yeah, I did it.
Yep. It's tough.
That makes sense. Anyone that has watched any episode of this podcast where we talk about relationships could not be surprised about that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you're man enough to feel those emotions.
Yeah,
when you're
dude.
going through it.
So wait,
So now I'm single, out here. What's up?
Was it just the timing that you watched Doctor Strange around the same time as the breakup, or something in Doctor Strange triggered you?
No. I was just sitting there trying to enjoy myself. Fucking Doctor Strange is on. And I just started getting emotional, watching him cast spells and shit, So, but
I wish you'd cast a love spell
I know,
on me.
I know. But no, dude. Single now. I got back from a bachelor party, got a little tan.
Oh hell yeah! Well, you're on the Weekday comic, so you won't be single for long.
No,
you know what
dude,
I mean?
it's
Right
true.
in, ladies and gentlemen.
This
We're
is
in
a fucking
Atlantic
pussy
City.
gateway.
Dude, we went to Atlantic City this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hit the strip clubs.
Oh yeah, good ones or bad ones? Like
They're all-
shitty ones or.
It was good. It was solid. I've been to a shitty one before, but dude, this one was pretty good.
The shitty ones are more outskirts of
Yeah.
I went to one
Atlantic
in
City.
Reading called Buck Rub, which is a real dump, dude.
Buck
Pregnant
Rub.
chicks.
Oh shit.
Well, some people like that.
Yeah.
I think my buddy got like a dance. He spent like $80 on a pregnant chick.
Is that
Does he have to
wait,
pay
does,
double?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does she charge more, or is she like? Is that like a guilt-based thing? Like, all right, you gotta fucking
I think you got to tip him
mouth
extra.
to feed.
Yeah.
But dude, we went to the bachelor party and it was like this. We were at the strip club and my buddy like paid for. You know how they get like the guy getting married to go up on stage and then like beat the shit out of him, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my buddy paid for my friend who's getting married. My friend didn't know, so he ended up leaving. And then like the strippers were like, somebody's got to go up here, dude. So I end up going up.
Oh, and you got your ass kicked by the
I didn't think I was
stripper?
gonna get my ass whooped that bad. Like they were hardcore, slapping the shit out of my stomach. They
Yeah.
fucking belted the hell out of me, dude. It was brutal.
Yeah. And then they're taking it out. They realize this is their one moment to
Yeah.
finally lay hands.
Yeah.
On
Fucking
like one of the gross.
2023. They used to be called Rape the Bachelor.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, the very first bachelor party was Rape the Bachelor,
Right,
and then they
right,
fucking
right.
rip all his clothes and
Yeah,
shit.
dude, they ripped my fucking goddamn underwear in half. I was
Yeah,
like,
they
sh-
do.
I had-
They
dude,
do
my
that.
boxers were like shredded. I had Fruit of the Looms on. They fucking shredded my boxers in half.
Really?
So I had to like pull
That's crazy.
shredded boxers.
Give him
and
a challenge. Wear some Hanes next time.
dude, I had to put my jeans back on
Over,
and
like-
just over my like shredded
the
underwear
tatters.
and just like walked back and sat down on the couch. Like everybody knows there like that my underwear like
Yeah,
ripped
that's
apart.
crazy. And what was
a
the
good time.
bachelor back at home when
yeah,
you
he was
got
back
there?
at home.
He escaped it all.
Yeah, he did. dude.
Man, that
crazy.
marriage might last.
Yeah.
I went to I learned a fact about strip clubs I can impart to the audience now too. Similar situation happened. I was in the Poconos at a strip club called, I believe it was called the Pleasure Dome.
Yeah.
You know, you're familiar with it?
I've heard of it. I heard it's good.
And it was, I mean, it's good. It's good and it's bad, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably the best strip club in the Poconos, I imagine, but it's the best strip club in the Poconos. And we were up there, and my friend left. And he got we had like a cabin or something, and he got like a van back to the cabin. But I had already paid. I was like, "Who do you like?" And he was like, "I want the big one." There was like an Amazon stripper,
yeah.
and like. Look, that's my thing too. I'm very honest about that. But he wanted it because it's like a change of pace. He's
Like
never
big,
had a girl.
wide or tall.
So like
John.
6'6", want to say like well over 250. I don't know what she
Jesus
was. Not
Christ.
we're not
No, I
talking
got
like
very
we're not
fragile,
talking
yeah.
like my 600-pound life.
Yeah.
This woman was like voluptuous, but she was huge. She was like she could have played like center. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
she was just a big proportionate but big woman. And
You better be
he's
careful
like,
there.
he was like her, and this guy's like a tall string bean kind of guy, and he's like a hipster, and he's like her, and we were like, oh hell yeah, we want you to get this, we want you to get this lap dance. So I go and I pay her, and he leaves, but she's like, I got a couple of dances, and then I'll come, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. She comes out, she says, where's your friend? I'm like, he left. I was like, so what are we gonna do? And she was like, no, that's okay. And she goes to like to walk away, like as if that was it.
Right.
That was and I was like, no. I just paid you, I think it was $60 or $80. I was like, I'm getting my lap dance. And she made it such a big deal out of it. She was like, fine, what song do you want? And I was like, Freebird. I was like, I'll see you one more. Here's the 9-minute dance now. I would have gotten a regular dance, but you made. Now at strip clubs, they have a special Freebird that lasts 2.5 minutes. It like cuts in and out of the song.
They
and you
call that
only
the
get,
Dan DePriel version.
That's right. You only get the parts of Freebird you hear in like the movies. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only parts that play.
So
and then
the
it's,
solo, right? Like dun, 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 dun,
at the
when they're
beginning, the solo. This bird,
when they start
you
beating the shit
cannot
out of each other.
Yeah. And then it like fades out, and she's like, "Okay, that's it." And I was like, "You know what? You win," because like I didn't expect that. I didn't expect a special stripper version.
I looked up the pleasure
the pleasure
pleasure
dome.
on Yelp.
Are they still open? God
So
love
I
them.
think
hope they
I
are.
believe they are. I believe they're open now.
I heard it's pretty
I
good.
have
dude.
looked because I planned a bachelor party once, and I did start looking up strip clubs on Yelp, and then I realized I'm putting way too much investment in the opinion of people who would write a Yelp review for a strip club.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah,
you
there's
strike
one-
me as a guy that might write a review.
I've never written a review on anything.
No, yeah.
I mean,
You're just opinionated about your reviews. You don't actually commit them to the internet.
I don't want to. I'm not. I'm not a complimentary person, and I don't want to fuck with anyone's livelihood either.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. I feel like I'm too much of a like fucking working man to like go and try to fuck with.
Do you guys want to see the bad? The one
yes, let's
bad
see the
review?
review on the
ones,
on
please.
Pumptown.
The one by Roman M from Philadelphia. He gave it 1 star. 1 star, I should say. Do not ever go. Went there and pretty much dished put $100 for a shitty lap dance introduced by promises of a great performance from a not so attractive stripper. This place isn't worth the money. And then I love this. Just at the end, just for fun, I hit up an Asian massage parlor or hit up an Asian massage parlor or screw your girlfriend. It's
Sure.
like,
Well, if you're trying to get laid at a strip club, you're always going to have a 1-star
But
review.
also, what are you
Yeah,
bitching
really.
about? You picked the stripper.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
100%.
could
And I'll
be-
say I've been there. That I've actually been to that one like 2 or 3 times because I had a whole rash of friends that wanted to have their bachelor parties in the Poconos. The girls were good looking. I expected I accidentally said the word Pumptown, which is a strip club out in the suburbs of Pennsylvania. By me, that's the kind of place. It's a 1 stage. They only have one girl up at a
dirtbags
time.
just in there?
100%.
Yeah.
They should. I think they should call the place C-section. But Pleasure Dome was not like that.
No.
Yeah, there were a few women that looked like they'd seen some miles, but like overall, they were just your standard. Maybe not like you get at the high end Atlantic City stuff, but like they were very pretty girls. So Pleasure Dome. So maybe we have a sponsor after this.
I mean, that should be what we should be aiming for, not big iced tea brands.
Yeah, I don't know why we're still gunning for Lipton when.
Are you guys trying to get sponsors on?
Oh hell yeah, we're trying to sell out.
Are you
That's
guys
what
almost?
No.
All right.
no, not even nowhere close.
All right.
I will go for any fucking Trump supporting beer company.
I'll advertise anything. I'll advertise
Dildos.
ivermectin if they pay me to do it.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, this one's.
Put the horse
The
shit
Weekday
on.
comics, integrity.
It's in the name. We don't want to do this. We want to get paid.
Here's how this generic store brand dildo tastes on my tongue. Just like, compare that to Big Rudy's.
So yeah, we're trying to sell out unsuccessfully.
There you go.
Single now, though.
Yes. I know I'm out here.
How
guys.
long were you in your relationship for?
Like a year.
And you cried?
You got it. I'm not out here going to fucking movies on Tuesdays by myself over here, Privano. Fucking popcorn by your fucking self.
First of all, even when I go with other people, I don't share the fucking popcorn. Second of all, the movies. What is everyone hung up on going to the movies with a group? The movies are fucking sitting forward, not talking.
Dude, the
I
movies
agree.
by yourself is nice, though. I do
It's
fuck
fun.
with that.
I like
Yeah.
that. I
I've
like
seen
that
a few
lot.
by myself.
I feel like when did that start happening? Was it the 90s when it was like you had to have someone? Because back in the day, right? You're like old timers, you just go to a picture show or
Right.
whatever. You could go alone.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
I got used to in high school because I worked at the movie theater and I got the free ticket. So sometimes I would just skip school, and because that's when they didn't schedule me because I was supposed to be at school, and I'd fucking go see Shrek by myself or something. And I was like, wow, I could have been fucking doing this the entire. Like, I used to not go to movies if I couldn't find
Yeah.
anyone to go with me, and now I realize that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Primiano just hanging out and Barbie by himself.
I did.
Kids and
I
shit.
did
It's gotta
go.
be. You gotta be.
I
careful
brought a
with
beard
those.
to Barbie. I have certain.
Did you go see it by yourself?
No,
No,
I
he
went-
brought a beard. He brought.
I
a
have
woman
beard.
to
I have
give
beard.
him-
There's movies that
okay.
I can't go. I know what I look like. I know
Yeah,
my
fucking-
demographic and how it would look were I sitting there by myself.
Yeah.
I would be nervous about everybody being nervous around me because I look like someone, if I went to a Barbie movie alone, would be there just to murder everyone else in the audience.
That happened to me one night where I was like, I had a night off. I had nothing to do. It was a Tuesday night, so like $5 movies, and it was the newest Ghostbusters, not Lady Ghostbusters.
I heard that sucked
It was-
ass, dude.
Was
Oh,
way
oh.
better than Lady Ghostbusters. Which
Oh, that's
just,
what the one I thought you were
That's the
talking
one
about.
that just
Lady
sucks.
Ghostbusters wasn't bad. It was
Oh,
just
as a
compared
movie-
to.
I heard it was
It has
trash.
nothing to
Compared
do
to
with them being ladies.
Ghostbusters.
They just sucked. The newer Ghostbusters also sucks, but it's a little bit better. But that one is like just a naked nostalgia grab. So that's why it's not good.
What's
Lady
that one?
Ghostbusters sucks because it's all like improv.
Women. Oh.
Medium shot improv scenes. I'm not going to get into the weeds here, but we could talk about it at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the new one kind of sucked, but I was there by myself. I went to see the 10:30 show thinking, okay, that's not going to
Yeah,
be that
yeah.
weird. It's late at night. All kids. And I had to sit
Yeah,
there
it's
like,
weird, it's
oh,
weird.
now I'm the
Yeah.
fucking creep at 10:30
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
around the
yeah.
kids.
So yeah, there's a certain level of movie that I will bring a friend to.
Yeah.
Just so, that like Pitch Perfect 2. I really wanted to see
Oh,
that
yeah.
in theaters because I love the first one so much.
They're good. They're
Did you
good
see
movies.
Oppenheimer? I didn't see it.
I did see that with people, but I could see that alone.
Okay, I
And
heard it was
Oppenheimer
good.
could have used Flula Borg, I think. If you know, that's Pitch Perfect too. You know Flula? Flula.
That's
Anyway,
that
he's
party
the,
pooper
the
guy.
German guy. Yeah, the comedian. He's a stand-up. He's funny.
Cool.
We'll get him on sometime.
Yeah,
There you go.
we're already doing good in Germany.
Are we? Oh yeah, that's right. We do have a lot of German viewers.
You got some viewers from Germany?
Yeah, we got some international appeal. Something
There we
about
go.
Dave.
They like my they like my prosthetic nose. They like that I do JooFace for this podcast.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about.
Did you hear about that?
No, what happened?
Bradley Cooper, he's starring in a movie coming up where he plays Leonard Bernstein, and he wanted to look like the character, so he wore a prosthetic nose, and
Big
people are
fake schnoz.
For real?
people are
Yeah.
complaining about it, calling it JooFace.
I'm surprised it's not fucking canceled.
Yeah, well, that was
Well,
the
it's not
original
on his-
title.
not his.
Yeah, before I joined, that was the original title of this podcast.
And I would wear it proudly.
You do.
Yeah, is it me or is JooFace not as offensive as blackface? Only because it's more offensive based on who can beat you up.
The word sounds more offensive to me, but the act is less offensive. Like, if you were to call someone a blackface, I think that's racist and
JooFace
weird.
sounds
but
tough.
JooFace sounds
Yeah, it's
like you're gonna do something.
I'm
you know
gonna
what
come
I mean?
after you
Like,
right
yeah.
now.
But the act of like actually putting on a big fake nose versus like doing blackface, yeah, blackface is way worse.
All right. Well, hear
We'll
me
see
out.
in a month, man. We'll see in a fucking month.
They said, they also talked to Jake Gyllenhaal, who is Jewish, about playing the part. But Jake Gyllenhaal also doesn't have that big of a nose. So
No.
is it JooFace if a Jew does something to make his nose bigger?
Oh, if a Jew does it,
If
is
a
it
Jew
still-
does it, is it still offensive?
like
if he has to
Bamboozled,
make
right?
himself look
More
Jewier.
Jewish.
Yeah, if we're
Yeah.
going by the rules of Bamboozled, no, right? Because
Okay.
well, I guess they're doing blackface in Bamboozled, right? Black guys
I didn't
doing.
see. There was like a Zoe Saldana movie where she played fucking. I forget that this an old singer, and they had to give her blackface,
Okay.
or black face.
Yeah,
Is it-
Bamboozled is like a movie, a Spike Lee joint, and it's
Okay.
black guys that do blackface
That just
as
go
like a
darker, that
criticism.
just
Yeah,
go-
they just have like pancaked black makeup on their face.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I believe it's been a long ass time since I've seen it, but yeah, same. Like that was cool, right? Because it was like it's their reclaiming it or whatever. So I feel like if like Woody Allen wanted to strap on a huge fake nose and be even more Jewy than Woody Allen is, I think he'd be able to do that.
Well, I think
Totally
him
okay.
just doing anything is offensive at this point. 'Cause, oh yeah, rape.
Yeah, that's true. He was somebody who he kind of dodged it. He was in that Michael Jackson we know you did it, but and then as time went on, it kind of the weight of what he did kind of settled. It was like, oh right, yeah, that was bad.
I mean, I hear conflicting stories.
I don't even know what the whole thing happened with Woody Allen.
He ran off with his foster child. Him and his wife, Mia Farrow, adopted this little Asian girl as a kid,
And he was banging
raised her.
the kid?
Well, we don't know,
Alleged- yeah,
Those are the-
Some
He
say,
says
some say
that
he
no.
waited
yeah,
until she
So
was
he was
of age.
grooming. Okay.
Yeah.
Grooming. Yeah,
But
that's
you have to believe that he's going to do that, but
Yeah.
not going to be the guy to bang the kid. I don't believe that,
No.
But as far we know in the public, he just when she was of age, they ran off together and got married.
Oh, yeah.
Well, grooming's only kind of a recent word anyway. So
Right? Yeah, that wasn't even a concept back when he was doing it.
No, they used to call that
He
old
was an
man
OG.
friends.
He was an
That was
OG.
just an old
Yeah.
man friend who was a little touchy. That's all that
right.
was.
That's right. Everyone knew a Jewish director, and he was
The
a little
Jew-face,
handsy.
blackface thing is interesting. Well, because white people have we dressed up as Jews at one point?
No, we
yeah,
never
we
tried
never.
to- It's
there
not a
was
culture we ever tried to.
Germany had
assimilate.
Jewish propaganda art that showed,
Right.
and the noses were pretty prominent.
Yes.
and
Oh,
they
yeah.
were all hunched over,
Yeah,
and they're
they look like rat.
Feel like
kind of.
like
unfortunately,
Like
yeah.
Gollum.
Yeah. They were drawn purposely
Wait,
gross.
does Gollum
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
nose?
I guess
Does
not,
he?
but he's hunched over making Jewish noises.
He's Gollum is definitely. Every fantasy series has a fucking Jew stereotype.
That is
like
true.
Star Wars. I said they have like people representing blacks, people representing Arab, and then there's 80 different aliens, and they all represent Jews.
Yeah.
Somehow they're all greedy, covetous fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's the fucking elves or whatever in Harry Potter, which are just or whatever the goblins. They're
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
they're like they're duplicitous and they control the banks. It's like, all right, JK.
I was reading a The Lost City of Z recently, and there was like a tribe of Indians that were like in charge of the slave trade, and the slaver in Star Wars was named after them.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's ugh.
I was like, hey, I've seen that word before. Fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because, like, right, if you're doing something where it's like a fantasy story or a sci-fi story, you're going to need to take from, like, human culture or else it's not really going to be accessible.
Right.
You're going to have to borrow things like, this is Rome, or in Star Wars, these are the Nazis, you know, and it's like, you need to borrow from that for people to kind of enjoy it, but then at the same time, it's like, you know, if it's
How
anything
far are we
related
going
to...
here with this, you know?
Right,
Like
yeah, right, exactly. Is it like this is Egypt, and then like and then these people the Egyptians don't like? Well, it's like you know now we're back on the Jews. You know,
Well, it's funny with the thing from Harry Potter is like it would have been.
He does have a nose. Okay.
Yeah, Gollum does have a nose. I showed it,
but not JooFace.
He's kind of Jew-faced.
It depends what
Well,
timeline we're talking
and it
about,
was
dude.
true.
1940s?
Yeah, he was hoarding wealth. That's true. That is one fact about Gollum.
It's true, yeah.
The world really needed that ring, and he just kind of kept it to himself for a long time.
Gollum was the Jews, the elves were the Aryans. Well, they weren't Nazis, but they definitly are Aryan in appearance.
In appearance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I was trying to say, like, Jesus Christ, guys, you're all over the place today. I'm trying to say, you could, if all the bank little, golems or whatever the hell in Harry Potter were just didn't look like that, but at the same time, they're like, oh, hello, would you like to do the banking? Like, you'd be like, okay, that's still bad too, man.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, like, it's
That's funny.
it's because of the archetypes. You know what I'm saying? They build in these archetypes. It's like, well, they're like this. Be like, I think you're.
I would love for Gollum to have a Fiddler on the Roof voice.
Oh,
like,
that'd be
are you
delightful.
touching my precious?
But just like a tall blue avatar. Like, it doesn't matter what you look at. It's like
Yeah.
still, anti-Semitic asshole.
Right,
Like,
right,
yeah.
right.
Wait, does
100%.
Avatar have Jews? They're just Indians, right?
No, yeah,
Just
yeah,
Native
Indians,
Americans.
yeah.
You're still going with
Cowboys,
Indians.
Indians,
Look
all
at
that.
you. Look at that old school shit.
Yeah,
Good for you.
he's sticking with it.
Hey,
Well, this is interesting though
I've just
because
finished the fucking Lost City of Z. That's all they said. They didn't use the term Native Americans because they weren't in fucking America.
yeah,
okay.
that is true. Also, people that live on reservations, they call themselves Indians, right? Like, I don't think they view it as an offensive word.
Aren't they leading
So
the
I think
charge?
that's one of those things. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I think
That's our word.
I don't think you
Yeah.
can classify them doing it as leading the charge on anything.
I heard they're trying to get the Redskins names back. Like there's a bunch of like Indians who are
Yeah.
like, we want the fucking name back.
Which is crazy because that is just a racist term. It's not like it's the Indians,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Cleveland Indians. The Redskins, that's pretty offensive. But yeah, it is a Native American
They've been
Indian
like
group.
pushed.
Well,
They've
yeah.
been pushing for it. I heard recently.
Well, right, because they think about it from their point of view. They're like, we don't give a fuck what is your dumb team thing that you made up, the
Right.
sport that we didn't. We helped
Right.
invent lacrosse, fuckers. Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You did a thing. We want fucking land,
but
a
they
little bit
want-
like some resources, asshole.
They want publicity, not fucking lacrosse.
Yeah, true.
They want football again.
Yeah.
They should probably try for a better team, though.
Oh, right. Yeah. Go
this
for.
point,
Well,
yeah.
now that Snyder doesn't own it,
Josh Harris.
Yeah, Josh Harris owns it, so they'll just lose in the playoffs.
Yeah, the
Right.
Browns and the Texans are still worse than the Commanders. So
Wait, what if it was a Redskins and that they had that we only asked that you put underneath sponsored by Indigenous? Like, what if that's what they asked?
Right.
Oh God.
What they should do is they should just hire like Native Americans to be the coaches. And
Yeah, that
stuff.
would be a
just
crazy
all the
idea.
staff and just be
Right.
like, look, this is 100% like a reclamation.
Ron
They should
Rivera
rather
looks
than-
like he's got fucking Native American in him.
A little bit, yeah, totally. They should have tried to just have him
He's
come out in a headdress
he's
or
being
something.
sneaky over there. He's a sneaky Indian, man.
no,
That
no,
son of a
Sneaky's
bitch.
only an
He does.
insult.
He sneaks a lot. He calls a lot of
He
sneaks.
does a lot of
You're
Sneaky's
not-
He
only an
sneaks.
insult if you're talking about Jews. Indians.
And
yes.
it's a football play that Ron Rivera calls. So technically, this is not offensive.
Yeah,
true.
We are talking about a football play.
They should just have a drawing. Yeah, instead the new logo should just be that scene from Bone Tomahawk. If everyone's seen that movie,
I have.
and if you have that, it sticks with you.
Fun fact about Craig Zoller: when he films his movies, that's the director of Bone Tomahawk. He sits Indian style underneath the camera.
Crisscross applesauce, thank you.
Yeah, I hate that shit. It's the best way to sit.
Purposely.
not-
If you're flexible, dude.
Yeah, I used to be
I can't
before I got
sit like
fat.
that.
Yeah, now my hips get a little tight when I do it. But
I'm a chairman now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm turning into a beanbag chair, man. But yeah, I
Wait,
used to. Sit,
you were
I
turning
look
into
like
a
a
beanbag
I look.
chair.
Yeah, thank you for picking that up. I'm physically turning into a beanbag chair.
I was saying beanbag chairs have never been comfortable. That's never been the preferred. It's like a cool thing, but it's never been a preferable seating method.
No, you're right.
You sit in there for like 5 seconds because you're like, this looks like it's gonna be nice,
Yeah.
and then you get up, you're like,
Right.
this sucks.
Or like
looks
Papa's on
chill.
chairs, same
Yeah.
thing. You get in, you're like, oh, this is nice, and then you have to move any direction,
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It has like a synonymousness with chill, but it's
Yes.
so fucking uncomfortable. It's like it like elevates you just a little bit, and not like high enough off the ground that it's even worth being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
Well, sometimes
Just fucking falling to the side and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, sometimes it gets like so packed that it's not. It's like the ground might be more comfortable than like what you're sitting on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anytime you try to swap comfort for cool, you're gonna get water beds. Anybody have
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
with a water bed growing up?
Well, I inherited
Nah.
one from my dad
buddy's
when he died,
mom
so
had
I just have this water bed I'm not going to use, and I'm waiting to like pop. At
You
some
still
point.
have
Have
it?
you, have you slept
so
in it?
I currently I'm still in my dad's house, so I still technically own it while it's being sold, and it's got a couple of big ticket items that I didn't want to pay to actually move. Like it's a nice bed, but it's just old, so I can't have it. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm gonna leave that to whoever buys the house to fucking
Yeah,
deal
yeah.
with when they buy it. But yeah, so technically I own a water.
Have
bed.
you slept in it? To Brandon's question.
Yes. Have you, Depril?
When
the
I was
beanbag in the water bed.
Just
Have
to
you
that would be
slept in it?
awesome.
I'm
No, I
just
never
kidding.
had that option. I did sleep in it when I was like a little kid, like a child,
Yeah, yeah.
But not since I was an adult. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't think I could sleep in my dad's bed. That would be weird.
Yeah, that would be odd. A little odd.
I mean,
I
they
had to,
become really
maybe.
compact if you just fucking jab them with something, though, right?
Yeah, but then you got to deal with all the. It's like not real water. It's a chemical.
Oh, you can't. So you can't like siphon it out like a fucking gas tank.
No, it's some kind of a chemical in the waterbed.
Well, that kind of blows the illusion.
I think the only thing is just so it won't evaporate. Because like if it was actually water
That's
in the
what
waterbed, the water would
sealing it in does. Evaporation only comes from being out in the air under a
no.
fucking.
So yeah, I'm not gonna get into the science that you don't know. So it's fine.
Thank
you
you.
know what?
First of
Immediately,
all.
it's
Thank
like,
you. He
no,
said that so-
you idiots.
He said that so confidently, I started to
nobody-
doubt my knowledge of
Nobody
science.
fucking says non-factual things with more confidence than I do.
I know.
You shook me internally for a second. I was like,
Remember
wait,
when
am
I
wrong?
explained a gastric bypass?
Yes, yes. Yeah, Dave quite often very confidently explains shit he has no idea about.
Just doing science.
You'd be proud of him.
Having sex in a waterbed would be fucking
Hard,
impossible.
right?
It would be
Hard. I'll have to
impossible.
ask my mom what that was.
Yeah.
That's where you were conceived.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, Mom. But yeah, I've never, as an adult, been in the waterbed, and I have no desire to, because when you press down on it, you can like for me, it's immediately like, why would anybody sleep on this?
Yeah.
It's like, blah, 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 and it's like, but this seems so
That's what I mean. It's immediately uncomfortable.
weird, and yeah, it doesn't seem like I'd be able to sleep. I'd have the sensation of falling all
Yeah.
the time. You know, I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Is it for people that like the sea or something like that?
Maybe my dad did like to
Fucking
see.
pirates, land pirates,
Yeah,
land pirates.
There
That
you go,
could be a
land pirates.
potential name.
Yeah, if you get sick and you got to stay in bed for a week, then you got to get your land legs back. It's like you just went out for a week whale watching or something.
Yeah. Get your little hook hand,
Yeah.
fucking puncture your bed.
Yeah, but yeah, you're a single guy. If you ever want to have sex on a water
waterbed, I will call
in
you.
a dead man's house. Like,
Dan's
you know.
renting out his dead.
You want to get out of here? I know a spot.
I know it's
I'm
fine.
gonna go to my buddy's place.
There's a few ghosts.
It's
but
already
it adds-
wet.
It adds to the.
Already wet.
That's the nice thing about the waterbed, right?
You go to a buddy's place to he whores his bed out to you.
Huh?
You just said that you're gonna go.
No, I'm talking about the Prills. Going to
my-
the Prills
go to
place.
my place.
Hit the
take some
waterbed
ladies
up.
back. What ladies wouldn't like giant old farmhouses with one lamp in them?
Where are you at now?
I live out outside of Westchester.
You're out in Downingtown still, right?
Yeah, Downingtown, Westchester.
Where we were.
Not Downingtown. That was I lived there with my ex.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we split up about 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Wait, are you on your own or with the?
I'm in
fam-
my place out in like 20 minutes from here.
Oh,
Delco.
okay. So
Seacane.
you left the
I have my
rural life behind.
yeah. I got my own. I've had my own apartment there for a bit.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is the
Out-
this is the only place you've lived in, like near the city, right?
Yeah. the heart of Delco. A bunch of fucking dirtbags out there.
That must be like a clash of cultures coming from like Lancaster, Amish town to like
Dude,
Delco, right?
It was weird the first like couple days, just because like everyone's like all pissed off, like walking around, and then I got comfortable with it. Like now I enjoy it out there. So
yeah, you got yourself a little more pissed off. I feel like as you got to Philly, you got a little more edge.
It's in the blood.
Yeah, right.
In the blood.
It gets you all riled up. You get the vinegar.
So you went like from like the wholesome. It's all just white trash people, but it's like the wholesome type to like now the shitty type. You're amongst.
I guess, dude. I mean, out in Lancaster where I was at, it was like decent, but then you got like a lot of like the meth head rednecks and shit like out there. So it's kind of like white trash to white trash.
You got a lot of great jokes about that. I won't.
Yeah,
but like you just like living around the white trash of Lancaster. I really like those jokes. But
That's what it's about, dude. You got to get around some trash every now and again.
Hell yeah. I think especially for comedy, because I feel like we'll start to see this with like siloed comedians, like people that stay in their like little gentrified areas of the city, and they kind of start to sound like it.
Yeah.
When you're getting out to fucking Shitsville, like that's when like I think you can do too much of that too, but like that's when you're like talking to people that like really like comedy on like, the level that most people do.
Yeah, they laugh at most stuff. They're not offended by anything, but you have to fucking dumb everything down.
That's true. Right.
Yeah.
So there are negatives.
Like I can't.
Yeah.
Like it feels good, but at the same time, it's also like, God damn it! Like I know I could be more high concept than this.
Yeah.
I had a show like that this weekend where I was like, I really wanted to do well, so I was hitting them with like what I felt was some of my best stuff. But my best stuff, it's a little thinky. I try not to make it super heady, but like I felt that laugh coming a second and a half after my punchlines, after I was already kicking into the next line, and it was just like, oh, you guys are just a little too stupid. You're
But have you ever gone to like one of those shows and you're like like it's the same area and you're like thinking it's gonna be like that, and then it's like kind of a little bit upper class,
like a Mensa
not
meeting?
upper class, but like upper
educated.
middle, educate,
Wine drinking bitches.
I was just about to say
Stoudemire
that.
show's probably like that.
Dude, you guys took my brain cell. I fucking was thinking that because that's in the middle of Hershey. This show. Neil, you'll get to do it sometime. It's this show in the middle of Hershey, and you'd think when you're driving by, it's like, okay, Hershey Park is like a couple miles that way. In my sight is a goddamn power plant that powers Hershey and Hershey Park. There's nothing else around. This must be the biggest hayseed room I'm gonna do. And then it's a bunch of like wine drinking, like smart, cool people, and it's like, it's a really good room.
Sweaters on.
They're summering there.
Yeah.
So they could get to the real Bordeaux.
Yeah.
I don't know what
They keep the riffraff out by pretending they serve Bud Light, and everybody cool comes in.
Yeah.
Nah, Bud Light's on the comeback. Kid Rock's drinking it. Fucking
I saw that shit.
Yeah.
Kid Rock's been back up on it.
Yeah.
the Budweiser family. Yeah, they said they wanted to make beer great again or something.
Yeah.
Like literally those words.
I'm a complete conspiracy theorist about this shit, and I'm going to start. We were talking about a friend of ours, very funny comic, Albert Davis. Apparently, his dad's like a crypto investor, and we were talking about that before we started filming. I think
he's half Jewish, right?
Yeah, he's doing JooFace.
Totally, total JooFace for Albert Davis's dad. But I believe with like this Anheuser-Busch thing, they did it to Target. They keep doing it to these companies. I don't think it's really about the culture war. I think they're just dumping the stock to buy it when it's low. Right. So like Chris Rock. That would be great. Chris Rock was boycotting Bud Light. Kid Rock will shoot the Bud Light. Then a month later, he'll go out and buy a bunch of Anheuser-Busch stock. I don't know if he did that, but that's my guess.
Did you hear that somewhere, DePrill? Or are you just coming up with a bunch of nonsense?
Just coming up with nonsense.
Okay.
It's my conspiracy theory now
all
is that they're doing it as a money grab because they don't really
Skittles
care.
is there's no way you put something so fucking specific on your candy wrappers. Did you hear Skittles?
No, what happened?
Which we're already pretty fucking gay with Taste the Rainbow, right?
Yeah, right.
They had Black Trans Lives Matters. That's what they were fucking putting on.
Black Trans Lives Matters
On
on the
Skittles?
Skittles?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm throwing my fucking Skittles out, dude.
So Taste the Rainbow, okay.
Yeah.
But Black Trans
I'm good with
Lives
that. I'm good with
Matter.
that. You don't switch up on it. Okay.
See?
What are we looking up right now?
No, Black Trans.
And they're
And
white
it looks
Skittles?
like it looked like a drawing of a cartoon moose on there, like Bullwinkle.
That's really what Black Lives Matter needed, like an animal mascot.
Okay, there's a star. There's a. I don't. Okay, you can't
Is this
really tell.
recent, like super?
Yeah, this is like 2 weeks ago.
Wow, I had not heard about this. I'm not really tapped into the Skittles world.
Did Skittles stock drop?
You know what the good news is? They actually solved it. Skittles did it. It's done, guys. We don't need to worry about
That's
Black
true,
Friday
right,
last
you're
night."
right.
I love that. Like Skittles is like, we got this, dude. Don't even worry about it,
Right.
guys. I know you were worried about this.
I had to
got
go
it.
out and buy Skittles after. I was already boycotting them
Yeah.
because they ruin the taste of everything you eat for the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
once I was like, I can't look like a bigot now. I got to
Right.
get on the Black Trans Lives Matter.
Shit.
So specific.
That is really. I like it because it's almost like trollish in how specific
so
it is.
fucking
Like it's like fuck you. We're gonna pick the person we imagine bigots hate the most and back that person.
Taste
Yeah.
the rainbow, trans the rainbow.
Taste the trans black rainbow.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm into it. I will buy some Skittles.
What would you guys make if the Weekday Comics could have a product that had a message on it?
Oh wow,
I wonder what you guys would try. Candy. Let's
You
keep
guys
it.
already had me sucking a dildo
that's true.
earlier in the episode.
That's true.
What happened?
I said it earlier.
No, I thought you said you legit were sucking a dildo and
Hey,
on
up
Okay.
here,
one
up here,
episode.
I'm already there.
Yeah, I got it. It would be a candy that would be like Mounds, but without nuts, and we'll call it Almond Jew. What do you think?
Fun.
I have.
Pearl, you're getting a little testy over
Yeah.
there, buddy. You better calm it down. You're going to that winery over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get those Hershey fans.
I
to
would
come
maybe
out.
do something with the Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry,
Yeah,
and then have a Snickers and transition.
that's funny.
So you eat a Snickers, and then you're just
We do more.
you're
of a
just a different gender.
I said the message could be anything. It didn't have to be trans stuff, but okay.
We were already
what I don't like about Snickers, this is what I would change about the Snickers advertising, and a lot of candy bar advertising, is that they go from the angle of like, you need energy. Eat this candy bar because you are lacking in energy. I have never eaten a candy bar because I needed energy.
Yeah.
Like I eat candy bars because I'm sad. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I eat candy bars because I did really great at a show and Danny deserves it. I never
Yeah.
eat because I'm like, oh man, I'm fucking dragging. Like then I'll go get a meal or something.
Coffee,
Yeah,
Red
right.
Bull.
Right, exactly. A cigarette. I'm not going to get a fucking Snickers. Like I just don't. I've never had that.
Red Bull, it gives you dicks or what?
I'm sorry I asked.
No, that's okay.
be honest.
Red Bull. It gives you inalienable human rights. There's our.
Do they have a trans M&M yet?
I don't know. Does Eminem?
Do they have any colors that aren't accounted for?
Well, no. Eminem's taking it slow. Remember, they're a little bit. They just got the lady, right?
the
whole
one-
lady.
the one-
Oh yeah, they
the
made
one
her
pos-
now.
They made her switch to flats.
Yeah. The one once you get inside has nuts.
It's the best one.
This is
What's going on with that?
this is bad.
Well, there's the new caramel M&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that could be trans, right?
Brandon, I'm sorry I did this, dude. I
You really
turned
tried.
it over
These
to
guys,
candy.
these guys
and
are
they
going.
hog wild on
They're going a
candy.
little crazy.
Yeah, we do
little
that
crazy.
sometimes. You never derail the podcast though, almost never. So this was great.
You got to
This is my
derail a
fault.
podcast.
Oh, we
dude.
do.
You
We
have
do
to.
it. We usually derail it.
We're losing viewers rapidly.
That makes
That-
sense. That makes sense.
It's written in our fucking syllabus.
Yeah.
8:30. Derail the podcast.
Derail the podcast. Go completely fucking
Syllabus
haywire.
is not the right word,
Guys,
but I can't.
we are on schedule.
No, it is a syllabus because our viewers are getting educated tonight.
That's true.
Okay, so they're learning a few things.
And our guests.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
sure.
learning a
yeah.
good amount. Conspiracies, dude. Fucking Skittles.
Did your head grow a little bit
Skittles
since you got
trans, a little smart.
Dave was almost late to the podcast, and I said to him, I was like, well, that's cool, man, because if you're late, I'm introducing Brandon Dunbar as the
Yes.
new co-host of the podcast, to which Dave replied, yeah, well, Neil's challenge will be finding a pair of headphones that will fit his giant head.
Fucking
so,
DePrill.
yeah.
Say DePrill's always giving me shit. Or I mean,
That's
Premiano
pretty-
over here.
I never make fun of you for having a big head. I make fun of you
I
for
You got the
being a
forehead.
coach.
You got the big forehead.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about the Junos thing earlier. I'm like, do you think Dunbar gets pissed off when they have Frankenstein with a prosthetic forehead? He's like, yo, there's plenty of big-headed actors out there, dude.
I was just talking about this with somebody though. Maybe I'll check it when I watch this show back. I never do that, but if I watch this show back, they say people with giant heads look better on camera, and I believe it.
We'll
They
see.
say like if you have a big head, apparently it's something about it. Like most great actors have huge heads for their body, so you're on the right track.
Okay.
You have what they can't teach.
That's good to know.
You have
That's
what
good
they
to
can't.
know.
You could take an acting class. You can't.
The
You can't take a
camera,
class to have a
I guess
giant
the
head.
camera adds 15 pounds everywhere else, and the head suddenly looks proportional.
I don't know.
Is that what goes on?
I used to do sketch comedy, and two of my friends that looked the best on camera. They weren't my best looking friends, but they looked great on camera. Huge heads.
When'd you do sketch? Out in California?
No, before I went into stand up. I got into stand up because my sketch comedy group kind of fell apart, and I got tired of working with I got tired of having to work with other people to get the things I wanted to do done. And a friend of mine had become a stand-up. Friend of mine from high school had gone and become a stand-up in LA.
Were you doing like the improv stuff, like across from Helium?
I wasn't. No, I never did live. I was doing all like sketch comedy online. This was back when like Funny or Die was a thing, and there was actually, it felt for a little while like there was a way where you could, if you were making sketches, you could get noticed. Like Bob Odenkirk was like picking these random sketch groups out and like giving them shows and stuff. So it felt like, okay, there's a little bit of a thing if you want to do comedy. I had never done live comedy, and then I just once the sketch group kind of fell apart and I was getting frustrated with them, a friend of mine was like, why don't you just do the one where you don't have to rely on anyone else to do? And then I fell in love with this.
You ever jumping into that shit?
The sketches?
Sketches or improv?
I did one with Albert. I don't know if we're going to release it. Neil was doing it. That's the only sketch I've ever done. But
yeah, we got that one done. We shot it in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was quick.
Was it racist?
Sure.
It's always a little bit.
Why are you going to release it?
Yeah, why? What happened? Did it not?
What's the
did it not
holdup?
go well or something?
Is this podcast now about the sketch I filmed? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Okay.
It's just there's just like some sound and shit in the back.
We shot it in like
cameras
an hour
shit.
and a half in a bar that was empty. So like I probably should have called ahead and be like, hey, can you turn off the air conditioners? Like, so we can sweat on camera for the hour and a half.
Right.
You know how it goes.
It's a pain in the ass, especially fucking sound.
Yeah.
That was your acting debut?
That was it.
He was good.
That was it.
Did you play a character? You're like, did you improvise your lines? Did you have a script? What's going on?
Light script, dude. Improved a lot. But that was my first time doing it. So
Did anyone
it was like 5 lines.
You did great.
Maybe
you did great. Yeah, you looked good. Like it was very casual. A lot of comics like that have like I think there's a couple of people in the scene that can kind of float in between the acting. It doesn't bother them. Like, yeah, you did good.
It was fun, dude. But I would be down to do more. I mean, there's not too many people doing sketches, right? In Philly comedy,
not really.
I got 8 of
I
them
don't even
written.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a few people, like we were talking about getting Lemaire Lee on sometime. I know he does some sketches with a few guys, but again, when people do sketches, it's like that. It's like them and a couple of their friends that do it rather than what it sounded like you guys were doing, which was looking for comics to be in like funny and trying to collaborate.
I mean, it's so hard to find people that actually follow through with shit.
Especially
like,
comics,
man, everyone can get involved with me as they want. I'll fucking say, I will say some cool stuff, but when it comes to actually doing it,
have you done one, Premiano, or
I
no?
mean, I've been in a few, but I hope they're all fucking. I don't know how to read a fucking line for shit, so I will. And you guys, well, I can't even do. We tried to read promos last week.
I wish that we could give you a special segment that was just the hit the cutting room floor of me and Dave trying to do a standard like advertisement for
check
this
out
show.
the Weekday comics here at 8 on Tent Drop. But
well, that's right, Dan. And there was a lot of that. There was a lot of like, Neil, how low can you cut this? How many individual words can we cut?
Honestly, I listened back to it. It was a nightmare. Dude, Dunbar, when I tell you I've never seen a man who I look up to in stand-up comedy fail so miraculously.
I fucking could have told you that immediately.
I knew
First
it.
of all, it makes it more impressive that I am great on stage.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It does. I was wondering where that guy was.
It's self-promotion.
It turns out you're the Rain Man of the scene, where it's just, if I just edge you out on stage and then put a mic in your hand, you immediately snap into it.
That's how we'll have to get that thing. We'll have to give him like some copy to read next time he's on stage.
If I was reading from something, it would have been so good.
Have you ever thought about getting in this game, Dunbar? You're kind of at that
the
stage.
podcasting game.
Yeah, because you're at the stage now where you're like featuring a lot.
I would do it. I would do a
You're
podcast,
a
but I would.
Conversational comic anyway.
Yeah,
right?
I would do it, dude. But it's got to be with the right fucking person. I wouldn't do like a single, like by yourself. Just I could do that, like bitching about the news and stuff, but like I wouldn't.
Yeah, but who the fuck would do that?
I don't want to fucking
Shitty
do
little
that
podcast
shit.
about
You know
the
what I mean?
news, Yeah.
I thought about it, but I mean, yeah. It's got to be the fucking right person.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
know?
I had the same philosophy.
Yeah.
And I gave up on it right before Dave and
Exactly,
I started this podcast. So
you gotta kiss a few toads before you.
you got to
So
sit in a few beanbag
I
chairs.
found the most toadish looking comic out there.
Well, ribbit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Is this your first podcast doing your shit?
This is my first actual podcast where like my name was on it,
yeah.
but I was I guest hosted a podcast that is now dead called Not a Huge Fan, which was like a political podcast where it's actually very similar to this. That's kind of what I think the conversation that started maybe one of these ideas is that I did a podcast that rather than do like individual news stories, we would talk about like one topic.
Yeah.
And there was like my friend, the comedian Charles Disney, was the liberal. There was a conservative guy, my friend Isaac, and then they would have me on a lot as like the wild card, and they'd have guests too. But eventually, I became like their like. If you remember Opie and Anthony, I became their like fucking comedian like guest. Like they would do. But I was on that
everybody
podcast.
thinks you're conservative.
I know.
Like hardcore.
I know, which is funny because
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I
Yeah.
am about very few things. Like, I'm a free speech.
Yeah.
I've been kind of put into that the way I think a lot of comedians are.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't think I think you should be able to joke about, say, with, relative few limits, whatever you want. But then, on everything else, I'm like Bernie fucking Sanders. And it shocks everybody because, like, the conservative
Even
guys.
the death penalty? Say, make it bigger.
It is funny, dude.
That,
See,
I'd be okay with the death penalty.
DePrill in like an old hick room because they're like he's gonna be on board with what we're saying, and then he's
hell
like
yeah.
saying all this. Other
Well, no, you
okay,
read those rooms and you don't get up there and spout liberal ideologies.
So, right.
Throw the
one-
Bigfoot one out there a little bit.
Every
You got
once in
to.
a while. So the Bigfoot one is weird because, so I do this joke for the listeners that don't know my set. I do a basically joke. I believe in Bigfoot the same way I believe in Jesus. I want him to be real because if he is, I know that he loves me. It's a great joke. And I talk about how Bigfoot is like Jesus for a little while. And usually conservative people fucking love that joke.
Yeah.
Because I don't write that joke to make fun of Jesus. I just think it's a funny joke. And conservative people go, that's funny. He's relating to us.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I walked a couple of old guys that looked just like me in like 30 years at a show. It was like a dinner show. So I know they paid tickets to be there. I did that joke right up top. They got up and walked out. I was like, oh, you thought I was making fun of Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
You in 30 years, what do they look like, headstones?
Anyway.
On that note, we got the 50-minute warning.
All right.
We're already at 50 minutes
Swear
already.
to God, David, it's like I can't do anything. You're too observant. Dave, we're not at 50 minutes. I was setting it up for us to be at 50 minutes. We have
We are
4
not.
I
minutes
thought
left.
you were writing
We
a
have 4
message
minutes
to
left.
him.
No, I want, but that's why I moved. You pay attention too much. I will let you know when we're at 50 minutes. Right
Dude,
now,
I
this
got-
is just.
I got big peripherals, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't point
Big
to you.
peripherals, that could be a
big
good
peripherals is nice. I'm putting it down.
All right, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
It was on the screen. What am I supposed to interpret?
I
that
will
as?
tell you, Dave. I will let you know.
Still 6 months of this podcast, still ironing out
Yeah.
some of the
Damn it.
details. Dumbo.
I know. Neil's
I would
been
say-
trying to sabotage us lately. Too.
I would
He
say
putting our
Dumber.
videos out without sound.
Dumber, I'd say if you're doing a podcast, maybe not a live one.
Maybe a live one. Yeah.
Maybe not a live one. They
Dude,
get
the
a
live
little-
one's a little risky
they get a
there,
little
fellas.
tricky.
God.
Yeah, you start up talking about
Get a
like
little-
Native Americans and
trans
stuff.
fucking
Yeah.
Skittles and shit like
You
that.
never
I mean,
know,
I didn't say anything bad. I said it was specific. I didn't say it was specifically bad.
Yeah, that's why earlier before we
He
were
can get
rolling,
away
we
with
were
stuff
talking
though.
about.
He's Jewish. you
Yeah,
know.
well, I got that thing where like because
nobody-
we're friends, I get the Jewish. Weird with Jewish people, I feel like that can be extended. I feel like I can poke fun at you a little bit, and it's okay in a way that I couldn't if like.
It depends how I react.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
I could actually fucking
you could
torch you
fuck
if I
me
wanted
over.
to.
Yeah, you could really get me sweating if you wanted, but
I could just make that our mating. Yeah, and like,
yeah.
You hear that noise? You fucked up.
Listen. All I would say,
man.
is if the new Hitler
Hitler-
came back and he took over, I would be indicted just from this podcast. So I'm in danger too because of you.
You're
so
a
I feel like I'm an
yeah.
ally. Yeah, I'm a sympathizer.
You held me-
I'm
yeah.
hiding you in a basement right now.
Yeah.
So
Jews in the basement. No.
title. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. But yeah, I for one, you're gonna get another little sucky action here because I'm excited to see what the fuck you do like coming up because I feel like you're one of those comics like if there's like a comics to watch in
Yeah.
Philly, you're 100% one of them. I feel like
appreciate
you're
it,
on one of
appreciate it.
those bubbles where
Yeah.
it's like
Where it could either go south real quick, dude,
Yeah.
or it's like, I don't know.
And
we'll
our
see.
word usually puts people to the top.
Yeah,
That's right, we're
This will
trying to send
get
you.
me there pretty quick.
that's why when this clip goes and they're like Dan predicted it.
Yes,
that's why I
yes,
said that. Yeah. So I
Mr.
can get. The
Dunn.
I haven't
fucking
seen you
credit.
fuckers in a bit, man.
Yeah, we all kind of stick to our own little spheres.
Your own
of
little realms.
We're lazy. We're all lazy
That's also
here.
true.
I'm right there
I-
with you, dude.
Yeah.
What I need to go to a mic to fucking prove to myself that I'm underrated.
You guys got to come back to 13, man.
We're
I
going.
heard you
missed
showed
you.
up late.
I missed you the one
Why
night.
the fuck were
yeah.
you there so late? It was like 11:30.
I quadruple dipped that night. I did 4 sets. I was running a set for a big show that I had. So
Where were you at? Spring
I
City?
did Jay Yoder's tuned up mic. There's one down the street from that's like a mixed mic. Then I hit up a show that I got a guestie on, and then I went and did 13.
There you go.
Oh, and you called it a guestie, which no respect for that. No, we will be at 13 next week. I was going to announce that.
Yes.
So tell people to get out there and be a good. Hey, it says 50-minute mark on the television.
And he typed it the fuck out this time.
He
like
typed it out last time too. That's what I was pointing out.
I didn't notice that if he did it last time, but then
We know
again,
you're trying to sabotage us.
if you really want to see an episode that went off the rails,
Yeah.
early and stayed off the rails, that was last week.
fucking,
Just you two by yourselves.
Yeah, we
Neil-
cannot keep it under control.
I've seen that our followers is quickly approaching cult of us, and Neil can't have that. 'Cause he's had that podcast for like 5 years now.
Yeah, we
So
went a
he
little
is-
too
yeah.
hard on that Vineyard show, and now we have to pay.
All right, play the music.
We're talking news. We're talking news. Talking news. We're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Okay.
Could you actually type it up that we're
No.
back on the...
No.
Okay.
Stop this, because he will, and it's going to make everything weird. Okay, so for those of you that hung around through those cancelable discussions, I'll explain the news segment to you. If you do not know, Dave and I have written 15 jokes this week about what's going on in the news. We did not confer. I don't know what he wrote. He does not know what I wrote. But if we have the same news story, we will have what is known as a joke off. I believe we have a fun little noise for that.
Joke off.
Okay, so there we go. That's our new joke off noise. Neil, you did that. You're the best joke off on the podcast. And when we have a guest, you become the judge. So if we do have a joke
I
off,
got you.
you will tell us who
I got
wins.
you, fellas.
Toy.
All right,
Toy.
Dave, would you like to go?
Yeah. North Korea says a U.S. soldier crossed its border because of racism in America. He said he's experienced none of that in North Korea, though, mainly because everyone there mistakes him for Dennis Rodman.
The old smile after the joke from Premiano.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know my quirks.
Yeah.
Okay, this was a big week for Donald Trump, so we're going to talk about him a little bit. Trump's bond set at $200,000 in Fulton County election interference case, marking the first time anyone has ever made bail with $200,000 of rancid steaks and hotel vouchers.
All right. I guess no, that's not a joke. So I'll save it till I get to it.
Yeah, it's got to be the same story, right?
Yes.
Not just that he got charged, but this one was on him making bail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A man who set fire at an Illinois Planned Parenthood clinic sentenced to 10 years in prison. And by the time he's out, those kids won't even be able to recognize him.
Okay. All right. Polls show Trump voters trust ex-president more than their friends and family, which makes sense because Trump is the one they do get to see on Christmas and Thanksgiving.
All right. Los Angeles Nike store ransacked by thieves in smash and grab heist. In response to the LAPD putting out an alert to be on the lookout for a dozen black guys in really nice sneakers, one organization has come out and said, "This is bullshit. You know they're going to look at us before they look at the Lakers."
There we go.
I like that. Okay. This is the last one, I promise. Donald Trump rants that Fox News is showing unflattering angles of his chin. Fox News apologizes and has promised to provide breaking news coverage if Donald Trump's chin ever looks like it has one angle.
The
Like
old
it.
scribble after.
Yeah, that's people like they say they like that
Nice.
at home.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
I like it.
Thank you.
Didn't come prepared. Dengue virus spreads across Florida counties, health officials say. Even worse, after ingesting all that Floridian blood, all these mosquitoes now might be addicted to crystal meth and racism.
Is it dengue? I thought it was dang. I thought that disease was called dang.
I mean,
Neil, what do you think?
Neil, you look like a guy that's
Neil
combated a
knows
lot
no,
of
you're the
tropical
judge. You're the
diseases.
judge. Which
Isn't
is
it dengue?
dengue?
You're talking about dengue? I only know of dengue fever.
Oh, it must be dengue.
D-E-N-G-U-E.
Okay. I thought it was
I
dang.
know of dengue.
Okay,
I
there
don't
you
Is
know.
that what it is?
There you
All right,
go.
we'll
We're
get
learning
that.
something.
No
I mean, that
Education.
wasn't
that.
going to be one of the fucking clips.
No, I wasn't
anyway.
making a clip. That was
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Who knows how good the rest of them are? You know.
Yes.
That's how some of mine make it, just by default. I'm gonna put number 4. Okay, hold on. I gotta
That
find
pen
it.
is doing nothing. Supposed to save your spot.
I know, right? No, this joke I wrote in. I'm trying to save paper like a fucking impoverished person. Search underway for Arkansas man wanted for sex crimes against children. Police say the search should not take long, since only one suspect has a presidential library in the state they can wait at.
Speaking of Arkansas education officials say AP African American Studies programs won't count towards graduation. They said they will still honor remedial African American Studies, which in Arkansas is just a class where they teach kids new slurs to use.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that. Here we go, Primano.
Fucking A. Dude.
Putin advisor says the United States is using brainwashing to make gay Ukrainian super soldiers.
Sweet.
All right.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? President Zelensky of the Ukraine says, we may one day lose the arms race to Russia, but we will never lose the drag race.
Yes, Queen.
All right, here's my one Trump joke with a nice, really old reference in it. Trump expected to be booked at Fulton County Jail. It raises questions of if that's where he belongs, though, as that place is more known for prisoners that would shoot a man on Fifth Avenue just to watch him die. Timely.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad we took it on. We've been kind of dead because it's such a bore. It's weird because it's the biggest story like in America.
But we've
It's
heard
so
it
fucking
before. And
boring.
nothing's going to
Yeah.
happen.
It's right. We've been talking about this shit for 4 years now. We did it all. All the crimes happened in the open. What the
Yeah.
fuck is there to talk
He's
about?
going to be the president again.
Maybe. I don't know.
And
He
I
could
can't
from
wait to
prison.
dust off half those jokes.
Yeah, right. I said I wasn't going to work on an impression because it was too late, and it was kind of hacky. Now I'm like, fuck, if he's fucking
Isn't he
back.
doing a debate like this
No,
week?
he's
or is that-
skipping
backed
all
out.
of them.
Oh, he backed out of that?
Yeah, he backed out. He was supposed to, and then he was doing like an interview or something
Yeah.
instead. All right. Tropical storm Hillary releases fury on Southern California. A furious power named Hillary is spending all of its time with wealthy Hollywood donors and ignoring the battleground states. Sounds familiar, Dave.
Nice. 9/11 terrorist suspects are in plea negotiation that could mean avoiding death penalty. Unfortunately, the judge said they're 9/11 terrorists, but they don't want to die. Innocent.
There we go. I did not get.
I like it. All right. 850 people still missing after Maui wildfires, says mayor. Like the last people who were famously lost on a tropical island, we're going to watch every second of it, yelling at the screen, this better not end with all of them in purgatory. That's a timely joke. Remember Lost, the hit show of 2004?
I watched one episode of it, but I knew the reference. Former Miss Texas files as potential Democratic candidate for Texas House. And although she has conservative values, she figured the D next to her name would get people to stop asking her how big her tits are.
She's running as a double D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
boom.
like that. Spam donates 5 truckloads of beloved canned meat in response to Maui fire, which is heartwarming. These people lost their homes, their communities, but they will never stop having diarrhea.
All right. There we go. The old fist bump there.
Yeah. All right, I got the
I got you started laughing a
attaboy,
little
the
bit.
attaboy from
Yes,
Coach.
yes.
I started him slow.
I'm dressed like
week.
fucking Vince Papali out here. Hit a couple slant routes on the way out of here, man.
Christ. You seem more like a high school baseball legend
Cool
than a
fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, we'll come back to this one. Bradley Cooper accused of JooFace over prosthetic nose in Leonard Bernstein movie. Offended party said it wouldn't have been as insulting had he not worn the nose when he showed up to negotiate his contract, too.
Yeah.
But boom.
Great. Got him.
I
The
can
old
say
1-2.
it.
The old 1-2.
God.
We have
You try that.
I didn't. In fact, I'm looking through. I was like, I don't even think I attempted to write the JooFace joke.
Thank you, Mary Cleveland.
No, that's my mother. Hi,
Oh, that's your
Mom.
mother. Hey, what's up? How are you? She did say dengue. It's
Dengue. Well, thank you, Mom. I
there we
could
go.
have used that education as a
I
child.
refuse to look educated on this podcast.
Yes, you've done very well.
Here we go. Here's one for the fans, the longtime fans of the show. Pig kidney works in brain dead man for a month, a step towards animal human hybrids, and a huge month for friend of the show comedian Jim Gillespie.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
He canceled on us twice,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we have a
yeah,
little.
yeah,
We
yeah.
got a little thing we like
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
fun of him.
Don't even think of promoting him. All right, where were we? Oh, yeah, New Jersey police looking for a woman who allegedly threw ball that hit child during argument at arcade. Fortunately, she's expected to show back up to the arcade because hitting a child with a ball earns you a good chunk of tickets. In a
I would
perfect world.
I'd go to that arcade. Yeah, I would go to that arcade. Russia's first moon mission in decades fails after spacecraft collides with surface. Puzzling scientists, since Russians are normally used to bumping into a few things and hitting the ground whenever they're trying to go somewhere. Because they're drunk all the time. All right, maybe I should.
Joke off time.
Silence.
Joke off.
Up against.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got this one? You probably win.
I wrote 2.
Wait, how
Do
does
them
this
both.
one work? How does the
So
joke
this will be.
off work?
Just read both of them. If you write 2,
Yeah.
I feel like you're giving yourself an extra advantage, but that's okay because I could have written 2 as well.
All right.
So the joke off stinger already went by, but you're going to be the judge of the 2 jokes.
All
So-
right. The Russian Space Agency says its Luna 25 spacecraft has crashed into the moon. And since the moon can now be described as a barren wasteland with dead Russians scattered across it, it can officially be claimed as an extension of the Ukraine.
Right. There you
That
go.
was good.
Boom.
Or
Nice.
Ukraine. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
No,
you're gonna hear
I
it.
thought
From,
it-
you're gonna
That's
hear
Michael
it from your
Mack
roommate.
style, dude. The Ukraine. That's
Yeah,
what
well,
he
that's
said.
because Michael Mack is
All right, I guess I'll just do the other.
dropped out in ninth
Yeah,
grade.
I'll do
We
the
gotta
other
get him
punchline for. It's suspected that the crash is linked to the Russians drinking too much vodka on the shuttle, which proves that before taking one small step for man, you should have to take 12 small steps in a straight line first.
I like that one. That's the best one. That was the best one of the bunch.
Because I said the Ukraine. Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna
like
hear it.
that.
You're gonna hear it later. Our German fans, I don't think they care. But Lolita, a beloved orca at the Miami Seaquarium set to be released into the ocean, has died. The good news: Spam just got another truckload of meat to send to Maui. It's a callback in my whole set.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Makes up for the first 5 jokes, huh?
World Chess just placed restrictions on both trans women and trans men. Their reasoning that it would be a real pain in the ass to get a checkmate on a king that thinks it can move all the way across the board.
Well, this is a joke off. Play that.
Joke off.
Trans women.
Shit. Sorry, dude.
That's
went,
okay.
You went right in. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You're in.
Trans women banned from World Chess events. The World Chess Organization responded with a shocking statement. The queens have too much power as it is.
Bro, you sell those jokes, man. You sell them.
Thanks. When it's a joke off, I try to lean
Yeah,
in
yeah,
so I
yeah.
can beat him. So, who did you like? Whose joke did you like more? He already got a point for the one.
I mean,
It was by default. I'm not even going to ask him to judge it. I know how I did.
I'll probably go with Premiano on that.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna rock
Ba-boom.
Premiano.
That's fine. That's fine.
like-
You're going
I
to hear
like them
about it.
both.
You're going to hear about it when we
I
start
know.
recording.
I know.
All right, that means you're now officially up on me. I think that makes you put you up by 1 on me with a 2-point
I
swing.
never
What
did.
was it, like 17, 16 or something?
It's high. We're not keeping score.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
we're-
We are keeping
we're
relative
loosely
score on
keeping-
each other.
yeah, you
At
know.
one point, I was 5 or 6 up on you. At one point, you were that
And
much
then I
up on
fucking
me.
surged.
Yeah.
You know,
But then
got my legs back under me.
That's right. And
Fucking swinging
now
dick.
now you're in the lead, but I'm not going to let you pull ahead again.
All right. Hercules actor Kevin Sorbo says Hollywood canceled him because of his Christian beliefs. Although there's a good chance he was typecasted as someone who only involves himself in stories about a guy whose mom gets fucked by a god. Damn it. All right. Yeah, I fucked that one up a bunch of times.
It was long. It was hard.
It was long and hard.
Yeah,
Boom.
right. All right. Like me when I watch Hercules. Hot air balloon
long.
pilot. What's up?
I said I would say long. All right,
No,
whatever.
yeah,
Just
thanks.
get to
It's
those. I
okay.
just fucking
You just
leave that
soften
out.
up this joke.
Leave it, yeah.
All right. No, it's okay. Hot air balloon pilot with cocaine in his system made a mistake that caused fatal crash, experts say, which marks the first time a cocaine balloon killed somebody without first being inserted into the rectum.
Boom. Like a gastric bypass.
Yeah.
A salmonella outbreak is being linked to pet turtles. Worse yet, even after being covered in chemicals, those turtles still haven't learned any karate.
There we go.
That one's timely because they just had
Yep,
another
yep.
one come out.
Yep.
But you were writing it about the 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and I know
The best
you were.
one.
Yeah, agreed.
The best.
I left last week's podcast. No, wait, or 2 weeks, whatever week.
You
and
did. That
fucking
was the
saw
last
Turtles
movie.
movie.
Yeah. Didn't need a beard for that one, right? Even though it's a kids movie, you saw by yourself.
No, I brought the beard.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Chinese social media filled with anti-black racist content, says online watchdog, which begs the question: how did the Chinese put Brandon Dunbar's text messages on the internet?
Aw. Here you go, the frill.
That's right. You got to get it. You, my friend, coming on the
bump,
show.
little
You
fist
get
bump.
it.
And here I was thinking something way more racist was coming up.
Well, by the way,
When
this
you
podcast
include
is going-
Chinese and Watchdog, and then like,
I know.
okay, I didn't have to say it. Leave it unspoken.
Leave it at the wet market, Dave.
But boom. All right, my last one, and let's dip our toe back in this well. Bradley Cooper admits he's lucky to be alive after fuck. Let's start over. Bradley Cooper admits he's lucky to be alive and sober after battle with substance abuse. And luckily for him, if he isn't able to keep his nose clean, he's got a spare one lying around.
Nice.
Yeah. Good. And my last one. Advocates sue federal government for failing to ban imports of cocoa harvested by children. Which means that candy company really knows how to make their chocolate dark. This one's a two-parter, Dave. You know how I like my chocolate? I like my chocolate so dark a baby died making it. That's it.
I left the dead baby one out of the last week's.
Yeah, we haven't done a good dead
Well,
baby
you had
joke in a
one, but
while.
That's Premiano's go-to, man.
Yeah.
first of all, dead baby jokes in general, fine, but specific dead baby, that's when it gets a little bit murky.
Yeah.
So, dead baby, good. That dead baby,
Right.
bad.
Yeah, everyone's willing to laugh about a dead baby until it's their dead baby, you know? Like,
Tears in heaven. All right.
that's the show.
That's it?
That's
That's
it. We did it. We did it. That's
we
the
go.
end of the jokes. That's
All
the
right,
end of the
yeah.
thing. You picked him twice. Fuck you,
Yeah,
buddy.
well-
It's all right. They were
Hey,
better.
sometimes you got to roll with the classics.
This was
Dude,
a
I miss-
lazy week for me.
I missed the fucking TikTok jokes from Premiano at the
Oh,
mics and
yeah,
shit.
Well, good thing you mentioned that.
what a
be back
fucking
there.
what a segue.
Well,
There we go.
Next week is there is a live. Yeah, we did a live show. That is
We did.
when we were going to be
That's
airing
coming out
it
next
week. But since we didn't want to pre-record a bunch of news jokes that would have been out of topic, we are going to be at Bar 13 next Wednesday. We're going to go on stage at the same time.
Yes.
We'll have
Nice,
joke-offs with
nice.
entire fucking audiences.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
That'll be sweet.
I'm excited about that. It is.
I'll be there.
Come on out if you want. It is an open mic, so you'll have to see a lot of
I'll-
comics. But
I'll buy my way towards the front of the
You
audience
got to
so
get
you can-
front,
we
dude,
will
because it's going to
bribe-
be the
Yeah,
first
I-
10 are going to be dog shit comics.
I've bribed my way.
Mongoloids going up fucking front, dude. That's what it is, dude.
Hey, you
hey, there we go. We're
Yeah,
pulling right in,
first
right
of all,
into
yeah.
home base, and you hit us
on the video podcast, he can get away with that. The audio might be a little bit
right.
murkier.
You need to see his forehead to
Yeah.
know that he can
He looks
say
like-
that.
He looks like every Manning should after
Yeah.
all the hits.
All right, Dave. What do you got coming up, bud?
Let's talk Saturday.
Let's do it. Let's
be in
talk
Hershey.
Saturday. Yep.
Me, you, and the Seriously Dad guys.
Big J Yoder and Big Al Davis.
Yeah,
There we
who's
go.
headlining? I don't know. Is it the people with the better comedy careers or the people with the bigger podcasts?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I was gonna say we switch off every time we perform. The one goes before the other one, so I have conceded that you're going after me no matter where we go on the lineup. I'm opening up for you this time. But yeah, who are they gonna put? Us, guys who generally work bars and vineyards, or the nationally touring comedian / worldwide model?
Yeah.
Are we performing at a vineyard?
Yeah.
So we should by default.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, we'll take it up with
All right,
Stoudemire.
do you have anything else besides that?
I do. I got a big old. Is that all you got this weekend?
Yeah, why not?
For you? Okay.
Is that not enough?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's probably
it's
not.
not
Never-
because
it's
I
never
got
enough.
such a big week. I got a big week. So I will be. My show is on Thursday, the animated comedy show at the Animated Brewing Company in Parksburg. Please come on out. Neil was on the last show. It was fucking dope. It was a great time. We have Lemaire Lee headlining this time. Talk about guys who are about to get super famous. Maybe you'll roll through, hopefully. I would like to see you. Come on out. Hopefully I'll have a guestie
Swing
for
in.
you.
Swing in.
Yeah.
A little guesty.
Yeah, a little guesty. And then let's see, on Friday, I am going to be doing, we were talking about Fenris, who runs Bar 13. I will be on his show at Honeybrook, at the, I forget what bar it is, the Honeybrook Inn, the Waynebrook
Long
Inn.
way. No. Is it
You
Long Way
just did
Home?
it, didn't you?
Long
No.
Way Home?
Is it? I don't know. I'll be posting about that on my social media account at Danny DePriel on Instagram. I will be at that Vineyard show on Saturday. And then on Tuesday, when we would normally be recording this live podcast, you are going to have the luxury of seeing our live recorded podcast. I will be doing a show in Jersey. Again, I wish I could remember these things, but I look them up before the show and I forget them by the end, with very funny Joe Weber and Emily Page. We were on that show with Joe Weber. one of our shows.
good guy.
Anyway,
good
great
guy.
guys, great comics, and I'll be on that on Tuesday. And that's
Sweet.
my week.
I like that you have 3 more shows than me, but we're getting paid the same this week.
Yeah, I'll probably I'm probably making the same amount. Yeah. What do you got coming up, Dunbar?
I got shit. No, I got I fucking what do I got? The Fan and Power show in Lancaster out by like Millersville. That's this Sunday, which is that the 27th? I don't even know what the
25th, I
fuck
think
date
it
that
is.
is.
I think that's the 25th.
I think that's 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
today's the 22nd, so that Sunday would be 5 days from now.
Yeah.
Do
yeah,
math.
yeah.
Do your
27th.
math.
I think
There you
so.
go.
I think
do
so.
your numbers. Count on your
27th,
fingers.
27th. That's the only thing I got coming up, and then I'm doing the Honeybrook one next. I think it's September 25th.
Okay.
The same
cool.
show, Long
Yeah,
Way Home.
same show, Long Way Home.
Those are the
All
only
right.
2 things I got lined up right now.
Sick.
For our audio listeners at home, you can follow him at Brandon Dunbar 93 _ on IG. So you can go there.
Yes,
or if you're
yes.
watching, it's right on the screen. So check them out.
Yes.
Neil, what do you got coming up?
You can check me out this Friday at Myers Brewing Company for 2 shows, 7:30 and a 9:30. And then we are back at Wissahickon September 17th. That's Wissahickon Brewing Company. We've got John Moses as our little headliner spot. We're flipping some stuff around, which is a lot of fun. So September 15th, come on out for that. There's always a good time there. And check out everything over at droptent.com/events or iamneilwood.com for all my dates and details. Thanks.
Shout out Myers Brewing. Those shows are solid.
Yeah,
Thanks,
those
they're
are a
good,
lot
dude.
of fun.
I appreciate it. Thank you for.
Solid crowd.
Thank you.
People
Yeah.
laugh. They enjoy it.
Thank
They
you
have
I
for.
guess
fun.
that must be the later show.
You're gonna have
Dang.
TikTok
The later
sensation
shows.
Alex
like-
Perlman on. I know that.
Yep. We're gonna have TikTok. Yeah, the old Pearlmania 500
That's
on
right.
there. Yeah.
That's
So, yeah, thank you for talking down to me as if I don't know how to run a show. But it's good. I feel good about it. It's
You run a
fun.
really nice little show
Yeah,
up there at Myers
good.
Brewing. It's this cute little
It's
thing you're
pretty
doing.
good.
It's not like
You
anyone
know?
can hear us anyway.
No, Myers is a lot of fun, and if you get a chance
I've
to
enjoyed
see
it,
a
yeah.
show at Myers Brewing, please go and tell them you want to see Dan DePriel back.
No.
Come on through.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I have.
Give me
I know
your-
you're
He
a
just
very
gives away
welcoming
guesties,
producer. He
so-
does. He does. Neil is a very generous producer, and thank you for that.
Yes, and thank you for listening.
And thanks everybody.
And
Here's the
thanks,
show.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Dunbar.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of DropTent Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to DropTent.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see DropTent on. We appreciate it. Go to DropTent.com now.
This has been a DropTent Media production.